The one outside, of course. But how is that possible? That tree went through all kinds of harsh weather, rain, wind, heat, and yet it's much bigger? The grandfather smiled knowingly. A valuable lesson was about to be revealed. Looking at the towering tree, the grandfather turned to the boy with a thoughtful gaze. You see, the tree outside grew much stronger, didn't it? Even though it endured storms, scorching sun, and harsh winds. It was those very things that helped it become so resilient and sturdy. The boy listened intently. When faced with tough conditions, the tree had to grow deeper roots to find water and stay upright in the wind. The challenges didn't weaken it, they made it tougher. Meanwhile, the tree inside was safe, yes, but it had no reason to stretch its roots, no need to stand strong, so it never grew tall or powerful. He gently placed a hand on the boy's shoulder and said softly, "Life is just like that, my boy. If you only choose the easy, comfortable path, it'll be hard to grow to your full potential. But if you're brave enough to step outside your comfort zone and face challenges, every difficulty will become a stepping stone, helping you rise higher than ever before." The boy answered immediately, "The one outside. But how is that possible? That tree faced so much sun, wind, and storms, yet it grew so much bigger." The grandfather smiled knowingly. A valuable lesson was about to unfold. Looking at the giant tree in the garden, the grandfather turned to the boy with thoughtful eyes. "You see, the tree outside grew much bigger, didn't it? Though it endured countless storms, harsh sunlight, even fierce winds. Those very things made it stronger and more resilient." The boy listened intently. When faced with a harsh environment, the tree's roots had to grow deeper into the soil to find water and anchor itself against strong winds. Those hardships didn't weaken it. They made it tough and enduring. In contrast, the tree inside, though safe, never had a chance to develop fully. It didn't have to fight, so it couldn't become strong. He placed a gentle hand on the boy's shoulder and spoke slowly. "Life is just like that. If you only choose the easy, comfortable path, you'll find it hard to reach your full potential. But if you dare to step out of your comfort zone, face challenges head-on, every hardship will become a stepping stone, lifting you higher than ever before." The boy stood silent, gazing up at the wide canopy as something deep and profound began to click in his heart. The grandfather continued, his warm voice echoing in the quiet air. "There's one thing you should always remember. If you always pick what's easy and comfortable, you'll never truly grow. Life won't always be smooth, but it's the hardships and trials that teach us how to be strong and resilient." He looked straight into the boy's eyes, as if to etch every word into his soul. "Don't be afraid of obstacles. See them as steps that lead you to success. Big trees don't grow on flat ground. They rise from tough soil and storms. Strong people are the same. They are shaped by struggle, not by ease." The boy said nothing, his eyes fixed on the towering tree, a strange emotion welling up inside. Now his grandfather's words weren't just advice. They were a vivid, living image. A tree that once braved the storm, now standing tall and offering shade to many. The grandfather gently patted his shoulder. "Be brave in facing the journey ahead. When you dare to face difficulties, nothing is impossible." The boy quietly looked up at the wide branches, his heart brimming with thoughts. His grandfather's words echoed within him. "If you always choose the easy road, you'll never reach your full potential." His grandfather continued with warmth in his gaze. "Life is like a great adventure. The challenges aren't blockades. They are valuable lessons that help you grow and become stronger." The boy began to understand that just like the outdoor tree had to endure storms to become sturdy, people too must go through trials to develop. Each time he overcame a challenge, he would learn something new, something that would bring him closer to his goal. His grandfather smiled and gently said, "Be brave in facing those challenges, because they're the very things that will help you grow and succeed." The boy nodded, his eyes shining with determination. He understood now that to be successful, he must step beyond his comfort zone, face his trials, and keep striving upward. He took a deep breath, still gazing at the wide branches stretching out under the blue sky. A feeling of admiration and understanding slowly bloomed inside him. He realized that the things he once feared, harsh sunlight, strong winds, heavy rain, were the very things that had made the tree strong and steadfast. His grandfather gave a slight nod as if reading his grandson's thoughts. That's right, my dear. The things we often see as enemies sometimes turn out to be our best teachers. Storms don't weaken trees. They force them to root deeper, grow tougher. Life works the same way. Sometimes the hardships you face are exactly what will help you rise above yourself. He looked up at the sky. Every challenge is a disguised opportunity. If you keep avoiding them, you'll never know how strong you truly are. But if you face them and learn to overcome them, each obstacle becomes a launch pad for your growth, resilience, and eventual success. The boy smiled. He was no longer afraid of challenges. He had come to understand those very difficulties would form the strong foundation for his journey ahead. And the story didn't end there. His grandfather looked at the boy with affectionate eyes and said, "You know, life is no different from a grand adventure. On your journey, there will be times when you feel lost, encounter turns and crossroads that seem to block your path. But don't lose heart, because it's in those moments that life becomes truly meaningful." The grandfather squinted and chuckled. Just think, if you played a game with no obstacles, no bosses, no tough levels, would it still be exciting? What makes a game fun isn't how easy it is, it's the thrill of overcoming challenges, the sense that you're getting stronger with every level. The boy nodded, as if he had just found a connection between his favorite games and real life. Life is the same. Every time you stumble, every time you feel confused, it's just a new level. And the best part? Every time you beat it, you level up, wiser, tougher, and closer to your dream. The boy smiled. Now he understood. It's not about avoiding challenges. It's about embracing them as a natural, essential part of becoming the best version of yourself. He stood beneath the shade of the tree, his heart full of inspiration. From a simple question about success, he had received a profound life lesson. Not through fancy words, but through the vivid image of nature and the passage of time. His grandfather looked at him lovingly and said, "I hope this story isn't something you just hear and forget. Try to apply it in your life. Whatever path you choose, don't shy away from struggle. Every difficulty isn't a wall blocking your way. It's a step helping you climb higher." He paused, then continued. "Always keep the spirit of rising. When you dare to face hardship and persist through adversity, nothing is out of reach. Success doesn't come from comfort. It comes from courage and unyielding determination." The boy smiled, eyes glowing with newfound resolve. He knew challenges awaited him on the road ahead, but he also knew every storm in life was a chance to rise higher, grow stronger, just like that towering tree reaching skyward every day. And he would always remember his grandfather's words, "Keep rising.